Everyone wants to know how much longer, but nobody wants to hear the truth. I'm breaking down my real-world weight loss formula to give you a realistic timeline based on nearly a decade of coaching 1,000+ people. It accounts for the variables everybody ignores: the natural plateaus, the life-triggered breaks, and the metabolic taxes. It's probably going to take longer than you think, and definitely longer than a 30-day shred. But unlike those scams, this timeline actually ends with you keeping the weight off. And bonus, you'll be able to update your timeline as you go and know exactly what's causing your timeline to stretch. So you're never trapped in that loop where you're working hard, but the finish line just keeps moving further and further away. Let's start with the largest variable, the actual biological rate at which you lose fat. Naturally, you'd want this to be as fast as possible, but that's actually the fastest way to regain nearly all your weight within 5 years. These are mostly people who forced an unsustainable fat loss rate by enforcing habits they couldn't keep up after reaching their goal. So to prevent this, we need a sustainable rate. But here's the catch. The so-called sustainable rate of 1 to 2 pounds per week you find online is a massive oversimplification. You must have heard it gets harder to lose fat the leaner you get. So this means that if you could lose 1 to 2 pounds per week when you started, losing 1 to 2 pounds later when you're leaner takes longer. So your fat loss rate is more like this curve. But what is the rate of this curve? My client's data shows a sustainable rate is 0.5 to 1% of your body weight per week. So if you're starting at 180 pounds, you're looking to drop about 0.9 to 1.8 pounds in week 1. In week 2, your body is smaller, so the drop becomes smaller, and so on. But if you only track scale weight, you're setting yourself up for 2 major disappointments. First, you might reach your goal weight, but end up looking like a smaller, softer, skinny fat version of yourself because you burned through your muscle mass. Or second, you may be in the 2/3 of people who drop size faster than weight. Like my client JG, whose weight you can see hasn't budged in 6 weeks, and yet her fat has kept dropping. Yep, you caught on. You need to track fat loss, not just weight loss. After this video, grab a simple measuring tape and a scale and plug your numbers into this tracker. Every time you check in, it will automatically split your weight into fat versus lean mass, tell you if you're in the sustainable 0.5 to 2% fat loss range, and update your total weeks to goal using your actual data. Here's how that rate breaks down. 2% to 2.5%, this is the absolute upper limit of what is sustainable, but you're stretching it. You will feel restricted, you'll constantly need diet breaks, and honestly, I don't recommend this zone. 1% to 2%. This is equal to that 0.5% to 1% weight loss we just talked about. You will see visible changes only month to month, so rely on tracking your fat to prove you're making progress week to week. 0.5% to 1%. This is the gold standard. It is slightly slower, but you'll keep the most muscle mass you can while losing fat. The plan will actually feel easy, and crucially, it reduces the loose skin risk. But eventually, you're going to hit a natural plateau, and the simple way to fix it might make you nervous. As you drop fat, your body does exactly what it evolved to do. Your metabolism naturally slows down to defend your precious fuel source, fat. Because of this metabolic tax, you eventually hit a point where the scale stalls. How fast you slam into this wall depends on your rate of fat loss. If you're rushing things in the extreme range, you'll trigger this defense mechanism and hit a hard plateau in just 2 months. But if you're cruising in your 0.5 to 1% sustainable range, you can push that wall back to 4 months. We'll use 3 months as an estimate, and to get past this wall, you need a diet break. This is what reboots your metabolism so you keep losing fat easily the next round. So every 3 months on your timeline, we pad it with 2 no progress weeks. This may sound like a lot, but remember, without this, it's like your car's wheels start deflating and you have to jump out and push it at a snail's pace. Well, if you had just made a pit stop for 2 weeks, you'd have a bouncy wheels ready to zoom past that snail pace you. In fact, many of my successful clients proactively take a 1 to 2 week break every 3 months, even if their body hasn't hit an actual plateau yet. Diet fatigue is real. A mental break is just as valid as a physical one, and you shouldn't force march yourself to the finish line. In either case, your job is to eat within 100 calories of your maintenance target. The calorie calculator linked in the description below will calculate this for you. Now, if you eat below that range, you're not really rebooting your metabolism, and you'll keep stalling. But if you eat above that range, you'll gain fat, not just weight. That's right. When you start eating at maintenance, you will see your scale weight spike due to your body hoarding the extra carbs and water it's getting again. But that comes off real fast when you return to a deficit after the diet break. But what if your no progress weeks are shorter or longer? Not a problem. At every check-in, the tracker detects if you made progress or not and accordingly updates your total weeks to goal. But we're assuming that outside of the 2-week break, your execution will be 100% consistent. First, 100% consistency is not only impossible, but even if you had the willpower to pull it off, you wouldn't want to. If you reach your goal by white-knuckling a string of perfect weeks, you never actually learn how to handle weight loss when real life gets in the way. That is exactly why so many people end up regaining all their lost weight. Second, every time your body fat percentage drops by 5 points, the game changes. The plan that got you here will not get you to the next stage. So even if you are being perfectly consistent, you will begin dedicating 100% of your effort to a plan that has expired. The net effect is a lot of exhausting activity with zero actual progress. To account for this reality, we use off-plan weeks. This is where you're either learning how to actually stick to a plan or learning what the new plan actually needs to be. Every check-in in the tracker, you will state if you met your plan or did not meet it. If you didn't meet your plan, the tracker uses your actual check-in data to update your total weeks to goal. It also adds a week to the off-plan count. And here's the rule that'll save your sanity. If you hit 3 consecutive off-plan weeks, your plan for next week cannot be try harder, because something is fundamentally broken in one or more of your fat loss systems. Your targets are wrong, your daily habits don't fit your life, your mental scripts are causing you to self-sabotage, or you've completely lost perspective and motivation. You need to pinpoint exactly which system is broken and fix it, not try harder. To help you with this, I've built a diagnostic quiz. The tracker will show you this quiz when you hit too many off-plan weeks. But what about planned weeks off? Most people try to brute force their fat loss through holidays, but this is not only impossible, it is unreasonable. Worse, when, like a normal person, you aren't able to stick to your fat loss plan through a holiday, you feel disappointed and chuck it out the window for months after the holiday. While if you had assumed reasonably that you're on a break and therefore you won't be losing fat, you'd feel happy to get back on it after your return. And this is where the second mistake happens. You assume you'll get back onto your fat loss plan like an instant switch from off to on. It's like expecting your car to jump from 0 to 60 miles per hour instantly. Even the fastest car takes a few seconds to get there. As a human, we need days to ramp back up. For both these reasons, the tracker assumes 2 break weeks every 3 months. 1 week for the holiday and 1 for your on-ramp time back to the plan. But what if you take more breaks than allotted? No problem. At every check-in, you can state whether you're on a break, and this automatically updates your total weeks to goal to align with reality. Now, do you overeat on your break weeks? Nope. Same as the reboot weeks, your new target becomes maintenance. If you're feeling that's not enough, then that means you've been too restricted prior to the break, meaning you were probably losing fat in the fast to extreme zone. The more sustainable you've kept your fat loss, the less restricted you will feel when given the break, and the more likely you are to return from your holiday having maintained or even continued to lose weight. Now let's put it all together and get you a brutally honest timeline. At 180 pounds heading to a 120 pound goal, the internet's 1 to 2 pound a week promise says you'd be done in 7 to 15 months. That's the fantasy number. Let's add reality. First, we use the sustainable 0.5 to 2% fat loss rate, which brings the total weeks to goal to 10 to 21 months. Second, let's add 2 diet break weeks every 3 months, which stretches it to 11 to 24 months. Third, we add the 1 off-plan week every 3 months, stretching it to 12 to 25 months. And last, we add 2 holiday weeks every 3 months, with final estimate to goal coming to 13 to 28 months. Now, here's the part that changes everything. These are just today's estimates. The tracker updates it every single week using your real data, and it shows you exactly which of these 4 is stretching your timeline. Take my client JG, who started at 180 pounds, and this was her estimate. But her journey ran from August 2023 to May 2026, almost 3 years. So did the estimate fail? No, it told her exactly why. Here's what happened. For a 9-month stretch in 2025, she deliberately held at 28% body fat, a very typical point where people feel good in their body and lose the drive to keep losing weight. Pull those 9 months out, and her active fat loss time lands right inside her original estimate. The estimate was never wrong, life just happened, and the tracker accounted for it instead of leaving her confused. And that's why she could keep showing up for 3 years instead of quitting. Every stressed week told her something. The holiday weeks told her she had taken more breaks, the off-plan weeks told her her motivation system was lagging, and the no progress weeks told her when to tighten up her consistency. Without that clarity, she'd have lost the plot and dropped off, like she had every other time before. Grab the tracker using the link in the description, plug in your numbers, and you'll have your own honest timeline in about 2 minutes. Now, the key variable that'll stretch your timeline is the off-plan weeks. How do you minimize them? You can do it in 2 ways. One, if you want my help, upgrading your personal weight loss operating system so that you minimize the off-plan weeks and get to goal once and for all, learn more about my weight loss program in the description and comments below. Or if you want to DIY it, then you don't want to ignore this video where I show you the A to Z blueprint to systematically diagnosing your bottleneck and unblocking your fat loss. My co-coach Lucy and I spent 10 years and $45,000 combined figuring it out, so you don't want to miss the complete step-by-step breakdown here. And always remember, you can do it.